Good evening, Ben. We're joined here at Swindon Cycles and I'm joined by Junior World Duathlon Champion Ben Cumberland. How are you doing, Ben?
I'm doing alright, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. So tell us, firstly, how does it feel to be Junior World Champion?
It's great to sort of finish the season off with a win like that. Sort of couldn't think of a better way to do it.
And how was the weeks leading up to the event? How did it feel off the back of your training and recent win in the Super League jersey?
So I'd had the win at Super League jersey back sort of mid-September. Took a week off after that just to refresh, sort of almost the end of the season, and then I sort of had 5 weeks to really build into this race, get myself in good shape. Sort of I was using it as winter training, but also trying to sharpen up my speed and everything else because obviously I wanted to do well in the race. And then come into the week, I knew I felt fresh, I didn't feel tired, I sort of felt ready to go.
And how did it feel travelling to Spain, and did that seem to affect your prep in any way?
Obviously it was a new experience, sort of travelling to another country to race, drive to the airport, fly, and then another journey from the airport. And had a bit of a mare getting on the bus. Bus driver took us to the wrong city, so we had to get another bus back to the city, but that sort of didn't falter or anything, just took it in my stride and controlled the controllables.
So describe to the readers what's it like to wear the GB kit?
It's sort of brilliant, you can't think of a better way sort of to represent your country. Got to sort of honour that opportunity and do your best no matter how you feel.
And how did the race go in terms of, did you feel outright best in class? Take us through the race. Highlight any particular moments that you remember.
So it was a 5k run, then a 20k bike, then a 2.5k run. So on the first run, I was one of the last to be called out to the start line. So unfortunately I started sort of third row at the start. And then as the race started, it was a bit of sort of pushing and shoving as the race got going. One guy tripped over in front of me, so I had to jump over him, and then managed to stay on my 2 feet. And throughout the first lap of the 2-lap run at the start, I sort of gradually built my way through the field and sort of comfortably sat mid-pack, sort of biding my time, making sure I was in the right place in case anyone sort of started running hard at the front and split it up. And then coming towards the end of the run, I got into a good position at the front of the run, so I wouldn't be held up in transition. Jumped to my bike, refueled, had a drink, and then sort of got going into the bike, which was fairly quick and quite hectic. There's a lot of sort of slightly worrying manoeuvres from other cyclists in the race, but got through it unscathed. One guy crashed at the end, which is a bit worrying, so it could have been me, but I was in a good position. Onto the run, one of the Belgian lads went off really fast, only caught him about halfway round, and sort of I was really struggling then. And then with about half a k to go on the last run, sort of everything I had I kicked from there. Managed to get about 15 metres into a guy behind me, and just held on from there, which was great feeling when I crossed that finish line.
So the bike you were racing on is behind you. Tell us a little bit about the bike that you're riding. How did it feel?
This is a giant TCR, very nice blue colourway. I've ridden it for a year and a half now, almost 2 years, and I've never had a problem with it. Always feels nice to ride, always feel in control of it. So, yeah.
And how did you enjoy the overall event and racing weekend?
I loved the experience. Like I said, it's my first time going overseas to race in such a big race like the World Duathlon Championships. Got to watch the pros race as well, so learned from them sort of how they tackled the course, especially the technical aspects, which can be quite sort of dangerous if you're not riding carefully through there. And all round a great experience.
And what are you targeting for next year?
So next year I'd like to make the European Junior Triathlon Championships and the World Junior Triathlon Championships. I think that'll be a great way to finish my final year as a junior, qualifying for those 2 events.
And after this win, of course, you need some time to embrace the fact that you are one of the best in the world in your sport. But does this change anything for next year? Does this put a target on your head? How do you feel?
You never really want to rest on your laurels. You've got to sort of keep working, get your head down, and sort of come out the winter as strong as you can. Got to try and stay injury free, which is another challenge. And keep working and sort of make sure when it comes to next season I'm ready to tackle anything.
And most importantly, anybody that you need to thank you?
Stephen at the bike shop for showing support to me 2 years ago when I came asking for some sponsorship. My parents, my family and all my friends that I train with.
And then I suppose we must see a little bit of this medal as well.
Here it is.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Ben.